Good morning. Today,
Good morning, ma'am.
we are going to start with the topic relations and functions. First chapter, relations and functions. Actually, the introductory part and all we have learned in 11th standard. Okay, we are going to start with relations and functions. Okay, and let's recall what we have learned in our 11th standard. So before that, what is set? What is a set? What is a set? What you have learned about set? Set is a
Collection of well-defined.
well-defined objects. Set is a collection of well-defined objects. Okay? Collection of well-defined objects. Then, what is meant by empty set? Michael? What is an empty set? Uh,
Set with no objects.
a set with no elements at all, we call it as empty set. What is in the universal set? Ashwin? Universal set. Universal set. I don't know.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what is universal set?
Set of all subsets.
Set of all subsets is the power set. Set of all subsets is the power set. What is universal set? Rijas.
Set of all elements.
The whole set, the collection of all elements. If you take all the set, whole elements together, the collection of all elements will form the universal set. It will be the biggest set. Okay, that one we denote it as U. We denote that as U. U is the universal set. Okay, so based on sets, what is empty set, what is universal set we need. Now, what is a Cartesian product? What is a Cartesian product? Suppose you are given two sets. A is and one set, A and B be two non-empty sets. Let A and B be two non-empty sets. Then how will you define the Cartesian product? Cartesian product is equal to, yes,
Collection of all ordered pairs.
very good. It is the collection of all ordered pairs A comma B, where A belongs to A and B belongs to B. First element is from A and B belongs to B. So A cross B will not be equal to B cross A. So ordered pair. Collection of all ordered pair only we call it as Cartesian product. If A has n elements, if A has n elements and B has m elements, number of elements in B is m, then how many elements will be there in A cross B? Listen children, what we are learning in 9th standard will be asked in 12th standard for 1 mark questions and all. Okay, all these points we have learned last year. What about the number of elements in A cross B? Yeah, it is m into n elements. If any one of the set is empty, suppose A is empty, or imagine either A is empty or B is empty. What can you say about A cross B? If any one of the set is empty, now ring.
It is also empty.
It's empty. Okay. If any of the set is, if either A or B is empty, then A cross B is also empty. So this is about, we have learned about Cartesian product. The next we have learned is relation. What is a relation?
Subset of a Cartesian product.
It is a subset of a Cartesian product. It is a subset of a Cartesian product. So write the heading relation. Relation is a subset of a Cartesian product. Relation is a subset of a Cartesian product.
I'm screen share.
Okay. 1 second. It is a subset of Cartesian products. It is a subset of a Cartesian product. Okay, now listen children, I am going to define some types of relation. So this year we are going to learn some types of relation. We are going to learn types of relation. Okay, here we are going to learn five types. First one is an empty relation. Types of relation under that, empty relation. Empty relation. Suppose, suppose you are given a set 1, 2, 3. B is equal to the set 4, 5, 6. Okay, now listen children, don't write. Now listen. First you understand all this concept. Suppose I am defining a relation R. R is equal to set of all ordered pair AB such that A plus B is greater than 20. I am having the set A and B. In set A, we have the elements 1, 2, 3. In set B, I am having the element 4, 5 and 6. I am defining the relation R. How the R is defined? The relation R is defined as set of all ordered pair AB where A plus B is greater than 20. When you add any two, okay, when you add the elements, A is from the first set, B is from the second set. When you add, it should be greater than 20. Okay, will you be how many elements you will get in R1? Whether you will be getting any element in R1. Suppose I take 1 with 4. 1 plus 4, what you will get? 5. 1 with 5, 6, isn't it? 1 with 6, you get 7. Same way if I take 2, 4. No. 2, 5, 7, isn't it? 2, 6, 8. Is it possible to get an ordered pair whose sum is greater than 20? No, then in that case the relation is empty. We are not getting any element. Therefore, it is an empty relation. It is an empty relation. No element is there. Therefore, we call this as an empty relation. Okay. Now, I am going to define another relation. Okay, I am going to define the second relation in the same set. Okay, suppose I am defining R2. R2 is set of all ordered pair AB such that modulus of A minus B is greater than or equal to 0. What is meant by modulus? When you subtract, you should get a, okay, when you subtract, you are taking only the value. You are taking only the magnitude. You are not bothered about the sign. So, set of all ordered pair AB where modulus of A minus B is greater than 0. So, look at here, which all the elements you will get. If I subtract 1, 4, what is 1 minus 4? What is 1 minus 4? Minus 3, isn't it? And if you take modulus, what is modulus of minus 3? 3. It is modulus of minus 3, which is 3. Is it greater than 0? You will get 1, 4, isn't it? Now take the next one, 1, 5. Again, if you take modulus, it will be positive, isn't it? Now take the next one, 1, 6. Again, it is positive. If I take 2, 4, 2, 4, we will get 2, 5, we will get 2, 6, we will get, isn't it? In the same way, if we start with 3, 3, 4 will be there, 3, 5, 3, 6. So, we get all the elements of A cross B. Whether we are getting all the elements of A cross B. In A cross B, how many elements are there? A is the set containing 1, 2, 3. B is the set containing 4, 5, 6. So, how many elements will be there in A cross B? Is it 9? Is it 9? So, here the relation R2 is equal to the whole set A cross B. Then here we can say R2 is an universal relation. R2 is an universal relation. The whole set we are getting. Then we call this as a universal relation. Okay, Michael, what are the two types of relation we learned now? Michael? What are the two types of relation we have learned?
Universal relation.
Universal relation and
empty relation.
empty relation. Empty relation is otherwise called void relation. It is otherwise called empty set. It is otherwise called void set. So we call that as void or null set. Okay. So empty, void relation, universal relation. Okay. Now let's take another example.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I did not understand universal relation.
What is meant by universal set? What is meant by universal set? What is universal set? The whole set only we call it as universal set, isn't it? Now look at the elements of R2. Which are the elements you are getting in R2? In R2, look at the elements. What about the set A? In set A, which are the elements you have? 1, 2, 3. If you take the set B, you have 4, 5, 6.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
So, look at A cross B. Whether A cross B, will it be equal to R2?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
okay, these two sets, it is equal to the whole set, full set. So, we call this as a universal relation. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Now let's take another example. Suppose A is equal to the set 1, 2, 3, 4. B is equal to the set 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, now listen children, I am defining a relation R3. R3 is set of all ordered pair AB such that A divides B. A divides B. What's this? What is the relation I am defining here? It is collection of all ordered pair AB where the first element should divide the second element. First element divides the second element. Emmanuel, can you tell me which all the elements you will get in R3? It is collection of all ordered pair AB where A divides B. Yes.
1 by 2.
1, 2. Ordered pair 1, 2. Then 1, 4. Very good. 1, 6. 1, 8. Isn't it? 1 divides all the numbers. So 1 whether it will divide 2. Diya? Yes. So next Aditya, can you give the next set? Next elements. Next set of elements.
Ma'am, 2, 2,
2, 2,
2, 4,
2, 4,
2, 8,
2, 6,
2, 6, and 2,
2, 8. Then with 3,
3, 6,
3, 6. Then with 4,
4, 8, and
4,
4,
4 and 4,
4,
4, 1 will not come. 4 will not divide 1. 1 divides 4, but 4 will not divide 1. Okay. So now look at R3. Is it equal to the whole set? No, isn't it? R3 is not equal to A cross B. It is not empty, and at the same time it is not equal to A cross B. Therefore, it is neither an universal set nor an empty set. It is neither an universal set nor an empty set. Is it okay, Alvin? So this relation is not an empty relation. It is not an universal relation. Now look at here. We are going to learn some notations. Up to this, is it clear, children? Up to this, is it okay? Punya, Rijas, Sania, is it clear?
Ma'am, what is the name of the set?
I named it as R3. Okay, you can name R1, R2.
No, ma'am, this relation.
It's just a relation. It is a relation. It is neither empty. It is not an empty relation. It is not an universal relation. It is a relation. In that relation, we have some elements. Okay, we select only those elements. We select only those pairs which satisfy the condition where the first element divides the second element. Okay, so this is just an example. Now we are going to learn some notations. Now look at here. Okay, whether ordered pair 1, 2 belongs to R3. Look the relation R3. Whether 1, 2 belongs to R3.
Ma'am,
Yes, Sajjad.
in the last thing you explained is R3 not equal to A cross
A
B or
cross
A
B.
dash
A
cross
cross
B.
B. It is A cross B. Comma only I wrote here. This A cross B. R is non-empty. R is not an universal set. Okay. Now listen here, children. Whether 1, 2 belongs to R3? Yes. What about 2, 1? Whether 2, 1. Listen here, children. Listen. Whether 2, 1 belongs to R3? No. So 2, 1 does not belong. Look at here. Whether 2, 1 is it belonging to R3? No. Shivani, whether 3, 5 belongs to the set? Whether 3, 5 belongs to R3? Shivani. If you take the ordered pair 3, 5, whether it belongs to the set? Shivani. And this Shivani. Sania, whether 3, 5 belongs to the set?
No.
No. But what about, okay, what about 3, 6? Whether 3, 6 belongs to R3? 3, 6 belongs to R3. So 3, 5 does not belongs to R3. But we can, what? 3, 6 belongs to R3. Now listen, children. Here we are going to learn a notation here. So 3, 6 is belongs. 3, 6 belongs to R3. So we can say 3 is related to 6 under R3. 3 is related to the 6 under the relation R3. Is it clear? 1 is 1, 2 belongs to R3. Therefore we can write 1 is related to 2 under R3. Under R3. Okay. Suppose we use the notation ARB. What is meant by ARB? ARB. A is
related to B through R3.
Under the relation R. Okay, A is related to B under the relation R. Okay, this type of notations you can see in some reference books. In question papers also they use. In your textbook, NCERT book, this notation is not there. But we get this notations in question paper and all. A is related to B means ordered pair. So that means ordered pair A, B belongs to the relation R. Ordered pair AB belongs to R. Suppose A is not related to B. Okay, A is not related to B. So A, B, we write this as does not belongs to R. Ordered pair is, okay. Belongs means we use this notation ARB. ARB means A is related to B. So two types now we have learned. Which are the two types? Empty and universal. Okay. So the next type is, okay, next three types we are going to learn. That is a very important one. The next one is reflexive relation. Next is reflexive relation. Reflexive. Now listen, children. So suppose R be a relation defined on, okay, so let R be a relation defined on the set A cross A. R be the set, R be a relation defined on the set A cross A. For example, you can take, okay, you take one example here. Suppose A is 1, 2, 3. Okay, what will be A cross A? What will be A cross A? A is the set 1, 2, 3. So it will be A cross A.
1, 1, 1, 2,
1,
1, 3.
1, 2, 1, 3. Then
2, 1, 2, 2,
2,
2,
1, 2, 2, 2, 3. Yes.
3, 1, 3, 2, 3.
3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. Instead of taking another set B, here we are defining it as A itself. Okay. So R be a relation on A cross A. So instead of that, sometimes we use the notation as R be a relation on A. That means relation means A cross A. Both the domain and codomain are same. So what A cross A I am defining here. Okay. Now look at here. I am defining a relation R1. R1 is set of all ordered pair AB where A minus B is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, I am defining a relation R1 is set of all ordered pair AB where A minus B is greater than or equal to 0. Can you tell me which are the elements you will get in R1? R1 is set of all ordered pair AB where A minus B is greater than or equal to 0. So which are the elements you will get in R1? Nandana?
2, 1,
1, 1. Then
2, 1,
2, 1,
2, 2,
2, 2,
2, 3,
2, 3,
3, 1,
3, 1,
3, 2,
3, 2,
3, 3.
3, 3. Whether 2, 3 belongs here, Nandana?
Oh, no, no.
No, isn't it? When you take 2 minus 3, you will get minus 1. So it is not possible. So only this much elements are there. Okay, so we are to consider a set A with the element 1, 2, 3. We are defining A cross A. We are defining a relation R1. R1 is set of all ordered pair AB where A minus B is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so now we are going to learn what is meant by reflexive relation. Okay, reflexive relation. A relation R is said to be reflexive. R is said to be reflexive if every element of A is related to itself. A relation R is said to be reflexive if A is related to A, if every element is related to itself for all A in R. Okay, this notation is for all. Okay, this notation is for all elements, for all A in R. A relation R is said to be reflexive if every element is related to itself. If you take any element in A, okay, if you take any element in A, if it is related to itself, then we say it is reflexive. Now look at the relation R1. Is it reflexive? What about the elements in the set A? What about the elements in the set? Yes.
Now can you show that again? The definition.
Which one? Okay. Is it okay, Achyut?
Yes, ma'am. One.
Now listen, children. Is it reflexive? Check whether R1 is it reflexive. What is meant by reflexive? Every element in the set A should be related to itself. Is it such that? Is it such? Krishna Chandran? Which are the elements in A? Which are the elements in A?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Whether 1 is related to 1. Whether one, yes, 1, 1 is in R1. Yes, Achyut.
A relation R is said to be reflective
If A is related to A.
after the comma.
For all A in A. For all A in A. Okay, so now 1, 1 belongs to R1, isn't it? What about 2, 2? Whether 2 is related to itself?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What about 3?
Yes.
Yes. So if you take any element in A, it is related to itself. Therefore, here we can say R1 is reflexive.
Reflexive relation.
So R1 is reflexive. Is it clear, children? If every element is related to itself, it is reflexive. Okay, suppose I'm giving a relation. R2 is like this. R2 is 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. Okay, I'm just giving an example. Suppose R2 is given like this. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. Is it reflexive? Is it reflexive on
No,
A? No. Why?
Because 1 comma 1 and 3 comma 3 is not.
Okay, 1 comma 1 does not belongs. Okay, for exam also, whenever they ask, is it a relation or not? Is it reflexive means you should give the reason why. Here it is not reflexive because 1, 1 does not belongs to R2. 3 comma 3 does not belongs to R2. If it is true for all the elements in A, then it is reflexive. If it is not satisfied by any one of the elements, then it is not reflexive. Okay? Therefore, this is not reflexive. Therefore, R2 is not reflexive. Is it okay, children? Is it okay? Rijas? Adin? Is it okay, Emmanuel?
Once for my lab,
Which one?
not reflexive.
Not reflexive. What is the condition for reflexive? What is the definition? When will you say relation is reflexive?
A is related to A.
If you take any element in A, it should be related to itself. Now look at the relation R2. If you take the element 1, whether 1 is related to 1 in R2, that means whether 1 comma 1 belongs to R2. In R2, which are the elements you have? 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. Whether 1, 2 is it there?
Yes, no.
1, 2 is there, isn't it? But whether 1, 1 is there?
Comma.
No. Therefore, it is not reflexive. Okay? It is not reflexive. The next one we are going to learn is symmetric. Second one we are going to learn is symmetric. Symmetric relation. Okay? So, suppose, listen children, you can write afterwards. Suppose AB belongs to R. If A is related to B under R, then BA is also in R means we call R is symmetric. A relation R is said to be symmetric if A comma B belongs to R implies B comma A also belongs to R. AB is in R means B comma A also should be there in R. Okay, here if an element, if an ordered pair belongs to the set, then if you reverse the places, look at here, the first place, okay, A comma B, we are writing it as B comma A. If B comma A is also there in R, then it is reflexive. No, sorry, not reflexive, symmetric. Now consider the example R1. Is it symmetric? Check whether it is symmetric. 1, 1, if you revert it, 1, 1 is there. If you take 1, 2, 2, 1 is there, isn't it? 1, 3, 3, 1 is there. Is it there? 1, 2, 2, 1 is there. 1, 3, 3, 1 is there. Okay, if you check whether is it possible, is it true for all the elements? 3, 1, 1, 3 is there. 3, 2, 2, 3 is there. Therefore, it is symmetric. Okay, what is the definition for symmetric? When A comma B belongs to R implies B comma A belongs to R. So here R1 is symmetric.
Is it the fourth relation symmetric?
Fourth type. Okay, fourth type. But actually the reflexive symmetric we will be learning in a separate piece. First is void and empty. It's general. Okay, these three, next three, that is reflexive symmetric. Reflexive symmetric, you can write it as fourth type, no problem. Reflexive symmetric. Now look at the relation R2. Is it symmetric? What about the relation R2?
No, ma'am.
No. Why?
Because 2, 1 is not an element of R2.
So R2 is not symmetric. If it is not, we have to give an example. 1 comma 2 belongs to R, but 2 comma 1 does not belongs to R. 1 2 is there, but 2 1 is not there. Okay. The next one we are going to learn is transitive. Transitive relation. Transitive relation. Transitive relation. A relation R is said to be transitive. A relation R is said to be transitive. A relation R is said to be transitive if A comma B belongs to R and if A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R. A comma B belongs to R, B comma C. Look at here, the ending element of the first will be same as the first element of the second one. A comma B belongs to R, B comma C belongs to R, then A comma C belongs to R. If A comma B belongs to R, B comma C belongs to R, then A comma C belongs to R means then we say it is an transitive relation. Correct? It is called a transitive relation. If AB is there, BC is there, means we should have AC belongs to R. So for example, suppose I give an example, R4. Consider the set R4. 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. Okay. R4 is 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. Is it transitive? Is it transitive? You take this, okay, suppose I take 1, 2. I am taking 1, 2. You take the set starting with 2. 1, 2, 2, 1. 1, 2, comma, 2, 1 belongs to R4. Therefore, whether 1, 1 belongs to R4, it is not there, isn't
No.
it? No, therefore it is not transitive. Therefore it is not there means it is not transitive. Is it okay? Now look at the relation R1. Let's take the relation R1 again. Is it transitive? Check the relation. Check R1. Is it transitive? 1, 1. Starting with 1, no element is there, isn't it? If I take 2, 1, 1, 1. Okay. If I take 2, 1, 2, 1 is there. 1, 1 is there. So whether 2, 1 is there, if I take the first and last element, it is there, isn't it?
Ma'am, in R4, if we take 3, 2, it is transitive, right?
R4. In R4, tell me, Punya.
If we take 3, 2,
Okay, for all the pairs it should be there. If it is satisfied by one pair, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3 is there. But for this one, it is not there. Okay, it should be satisfied by all. If AB is there and BC is there. If AB and BC is there means AC should be there. Suppose, one second. Suppose 1, 2 is there. And imagine 2, 1 is not there. Okay, 1, 2 is there. Okay, suppose I am defining R1 like this. Suppose I define R1 or R4 is like this. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. Is it transitive? Is it transitive?
No.
No. Why?
1, 3 is not there.
1, 2 is there. 2, 3 is there. Therefore, 1, 3 is not there. Therefore, it is not transitive. Okay, it is not transitive. Now, suppose I define another relation. R5 is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, take this relation. Is it transitive? Atul, is it transitive?
No, ma'am.
If 1, 2 is there, means we need another set starting with 2. Is it there?
No.
No, there is no such element. If AB is there and BC is there. Here AB is there, but BC is not there. No such element is there. So here what we can say, this is transitive. If AB and BC, if both the elements are there and if AC is not there, if AB is there, BC is there and AC is not there means we can say it is not transitive. Here AB is there, but BC is, whether you can find a pair BC there. Okay, so AB is there, BC is there means AC should be there. Then we can say it is transitive. Okay, is it clear? So reflexive means every element must be related to itself. Symmetric means A is related to B means B must be related to A. Symmetric means transitive means A related to B, B related to C, then A must be related to C. A related to B and B related to C. Then we should have A related to C. Then we say it is transitive. If all the three are there, then we say if a relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, we call that as an equivalence relation. If all the three, which all the three? If a relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then we call it as an equivalence relation. It is called an equivalence relation. Okay, we can learn more about that in the next class. Okay, thank you.